The paper cranes wish there was once a 12-year-old girl named Yuki who lived in Tokyo. Her mother was dying in a hospital, and doctors had given up hope. Every rainy evening, Yuki walked home alone, carrying a grief too heavy for her small heart. One particular night at a lonely bus stop, Yuki saw an elderly man sitting in the rain. He had no umbrella. Water soaked through his worn coat as he shivered in the cold. Yuki hesitated. She had her own pain, her own troubles. The old man looked up, surprised. His ancient eyes sparkled with recognition, as if he'd been waiting for her all along. "Thank you, child," he whispered. From his pocket, he pulled colorful origami paper and with expert hands folded it into a beautiful red crane. He placed it gently in Yuki's palm. "One wish," he said, "only one. Ask from the depths of your heart." His bus arrived. His bus arrived. As it pulled away, he waved through the rain-streaked window with a knowing smile. Yuki stood alone, rain pouring around her. She looked at the glowing crane in her hand and closed her eyes. "My mother," she whispered. "Please, let her get well." The crane pulsed with warmth. Sun. Magical sparkles floated around it before fading into the night. The next morning, Yuki rushed to the hospital, her heart pounding. Outside room 307, she hesitated, afraid to hope, afraid to lose. She opened the door. Her mother sat up in bed, healthy, glowing, alive. The color had returned to her cheeks. Her eyes sparkled with life. "It's a miracle," the doctor stammered, staring at impossible test results. "A complete recovery." "Yuki!" her mother cried, arms open wide. Yuki dropped the crane and ran. They held each other and wept tears of impossible joy. On the floor, the red crane glowed softly in the sunlight, its magic fulfilled. 1 week later, Yuki returned to the bus stop, searching for the old man. She wanted to thank him, to tell him what his kindness had done, but he was nowhere to be found. So she sat on the bench where she'd first seen him, disappointment settling in her chest. Then slowly understanding dawned like sunrise. The old man hadn't given her the crane so she would thank him. He'd given it so she would learn what he knew, that kindness wasn't meant to end with one person. That's all. It was meant to spread like ripples in water, touching lives in ways you might never see. Yuki made a decision that changed everything. For weeks, Yuki taught herself to fold origami cranes. Her fingers fumbled at first. The paper tore, but she practiced until her hands moved with grace. Finally, she returned to the bus stop with a basket full of colorful cranes. She saw a young woman sitting alone, crying. Lost, broken. Exactly as Yuki had once felt. Yuki walked over and held her umbrella over the woman's head. The woman looked up surprised. Yuki smiled and placed a beautiful blue crane in her hands. "One wish," she said softly. "Everything will be okay." The woman's tears stopped. A fragile smile appeared. "Thank you," she whispered. Over the following weeks, Yuki returned again and again. She gave a crane to an elderly woman grieving her husband, a businessman who'd lost his job, a homeless man who'd lost his hope, a lonely child who'd lost his way. Each person received not just paper, but connection and a reminder that someone saw them, someone cared. Her basket grew lighter, her heart grew fuller. Finally, Yuki gave away her last crane. Her basket was empty. She pulled out the original red crane the old man had given her and held it up to the sky. "Thank you."